Hi everyone, I'm Debbie Taylor, Principal Double Bass of your Cincinnati Chamber Orchestra. I thought today maybe I would explain a few things about the bow. I feel like I'm a little bit more qualified, not only being a player, but my husband is a bow maker. So over the years I've learned a lot about bow construction and maintenance, and I thought I'd share some of this information with you. A lot of people obsess about instruments and the makers of instruments and the quality of instruments, but just as important for string players is the quality of the bow. And so just to show you a little bit of the history of what happens to a piece of wood, this is a blank. It's a wooden blank of Pernambuco wood. It's a special, very dense wood that comes from Brazil. It's highly endangered now. It's very difficult to get blanks like this into the country. Most bow makers have wisely stocked up in the past. But all bows start like this. As you can see, if you look at it from the end, it's square. And as the bow maker starts to carve this piece of wood into a bow, they take the points of each of these corners down, which creates an octagonal stick. Some sticks end up being octagonal. Some sticks have those faceted edges rounded out, and they're what we call a round bow. It doesn't matter as far as the playability, but each bow is different. It's like people. Every stick has a different personality, and when you work with wood, especially making bow after bow after bow, you kind of learn that personality and you know what you need to do, whether you need to take more wood out and make it round or leave a little more wood in and leave it octagonal. So what the bow maker will do is to put a pattern, trace a template pattern on this and carve this down. The tip is then hollowed out here, and that's where one end of the horsehair goes, which is what we use to make the sounds most of the time. And then down here, it will be drilled. There will be a hole drilled in here, which is to make way for the frog and for the adjuster screw. So if I show you, well, first of all, I'll show you my bow. This is a bow that my husband, Carl Taylor, made. And you can see that I have this extra piece of its latex tubing. For me, it just helps. The bow is very big. It's very heavy for bass players. So it helps me kind of keep a better grip on the bow. It's kind of a tedious process to get this on, so I won't take this off, but I will show you. This is another bass bow that's now finished. This is a student bow. And you can see that now the bow curves down here in the middle, and that is a curve that's actually put in by the bow maker. He heats the wood up, holds it in that position, lets it cool, and after many repeated times, the wood gives up and says, okay, I'll stay there. So we need this, it's called the camber, and we need this curve in the bow to help us play off the string technique, let the bow bounce. So if we come back down here to the main part of the bow where the hand sits, we have several different parts. The main part, as far as getting into the guts of the inside of the bow back here, is this adjuster. This particular adjuster happens to be three parts. It's sterling silver, ebony, and sterling silver. It's a very long threaded screw is all it is. And as I take this out, you will see it's just a threaded screw. And with that out, now the frog, this is the frog. It's made out of ebony, hand carved. A lot of jewelry making skills are involved actually in making the bow as well as woodworking. So if I take the frog off of the stick, now you will see that this is a little eyelet. It's threaded, and actually that's what this screw is going into. And as you tighten the screw, it pulls the frog away and tightens the hair. So the frog is actually lined with this sterling silver liner. Again, more jewelry making skills. If I flip the frog over, you'll see this white part is a slide. That slide comes out, this piece comes off, and that's how the bow maker puts the hair in the frog. Puts it all back on, lines the frog up with the slot. It would help if I didn't twist the hair. It wouldn't work too well. And then we put the adjuster back in. As I tighten the adjuster, you see right now the hair is very loose, can't play like that. I keep tightening the adjuster and the hair gets tight. So now we're ready to play. One other piece of important information, equipment, so to speak, that we use is rosin. It's much like rosin that baseball pitchers use, dancers, ballet dancers, gymnasts. It's refined tree sap, and it comes in a cake, a hard cake that we rub across the horse hair. It gives us a little more traction so that the hair can actually grip the string. After a while, months, weeks, depends on how much you play, that hair gets tired, it gets worn out, and so we have to have it rehaired. And it's very simple. Take it to a repairman. They pop open the frog and put more hair in. So that's a little bit of Class 101 bow making and how important the bow is for us as musicians. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about the bow. Miss seeing everybody this summer, but everybody take care, be well, be safe, be kind. We'll see you soon.